Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time you're watching this video, folks, and just welcome to one of my videos. And today I'm going to talk about the Golden State Warriors and the whole Draymond and Durant situation, and what I believe is going to be ready to be this is what I think is getting ready to happen to them within the next summer. Okay, this is what I believe the direction the Golden State Warriors will be going in. Now, before I get started, I want to say that shouts out to Larry Cole. I love you, Aunt, with all my heart. I understand you're in a lot of pain, and you're suffering right now. But I want to just let you know I will always love you from the bottom of my heart. I will always remember the times we have had. The memories I've shared with you growing up. As a kid. Just being around a family, I'll always love you and I always miss you. I love you, Aunt. My prayers go out to the rest of the family. At this time, my family is is going through some pain right now. But other than that, shouts out to him. Love that man to death. And I thank the Most High for giving people like him, in my life. I thank the Most High for sending people like him in my life who are real role models to me. Working hard, take care of their kids. He also served the military as well. So again, shouts out to Larry Cole. I'm gonna miss him dearly. I'll always love him. He'll always be in my heart. With that being said, with that out the way, let's talk about it. So, for those who were watching that game last week, or was watching the game when my Clippers played the Golden State. If you saw my other video, the video I did on the Clippers winning that game, that same game is when Durant and Draymond got into a skirmish. Now, we all know that Durant's a very emotional player. He's a very emotional basketball player, but him arguing back and forth with Durant on the sideline, that was uncalled for. Okay, the one thing you don't want to do is being a teammate in whichever sport you're playing. You don't want to be seen arguing, skirmish back and forth with your teammates. You don't want to get into no scruffle, no fist fight, nothing like that with another teammate. Because that right there shows a flaw in your game. When you do that, you give the other team, the ability to basically play off of that on you. Because when you fight amongst your teammates, you're not getting along with a teammate. That lets the other team know that you're vulnerable. Okay, we can mentally get inside your head. So all the Clippers did was they used that to their advantage in that game, especially when there's no Steph Curry. Now, see, I know Steph is the leader of that team. Steph is captain. So if Steph is able to get things under control. But Steph wasn't there to get in between them two and try to calm them down at all. And the problem with Steve Kerr is kind of passive. He's not real dominant like that. He's not a strong figurehead. He's not one that's gonna basically yell at his teammates and try to check them when they're wrong. Steve Kerr's not going to do it at all. He's not Doc Rivers. Okay, he's not a Stan Van Gundy. He's not a Kevin McHale. Okay, he's not even Billy Donovan, because even Billy Donovan don't allow Russell Westbrook or Durant. He didn't allow that to go on when he was at the OKC Thunder when Durant was last there. Okay, he's not Coach K either from Duke. Even Coach K don't play around. He's not going to allow his players to be arguing, fighting amongst one another, embarrassing themselves on camera like that. No, that's the problem with Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr's a much different man. Okay? He's not real vocal like that. He's not like a whatchamacallit. No, he's not like a John Gruden. Or what you might say. Or even Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick behind closed doors, when the cameras are not on him, oh no, he's a different guy. So no, that's not Steve Kerr at all. So you gotta understand why this is happening. But I'm gonna tell you the problem with Draymond specifically right now. Draymond don't like the fact that since Kevin Durant has came there, and since Kevin Durant has helped him win a championship, his role has diminished completely. Draymond does not get the same type of touches no more. Okay, he's no longer the big three. Like the new big three is basically Steph, Clay, and Kevin Durant. So ever since KD came on there. Yeah, the first year was good. Okay, that was jolly. They got KD. They was able to get their revenge on Goldenstate. The second year was a little bit of a challenge, but they still got through to it. But this year, no, man. Like, it's like even last year, Draymond's role is slowly, like his role is slowly becoming less of a priority. It's less of a need. Now he's not getting the ball as much anymore. He's basically has become the Dennis Rodman of that team, whereas before, the guy was more so like the Kawhi Leonard. Like, he was getting touches, he was getting points, he was averaging like 23 a game. He was getting a whole lot of stats. You know what I'm saying? His rebound percentage was up, blocks, steals, all that. Since Durant came on there, it's a different story. So Draymond feels, especially since Steph Curry has been out, he wants to be more of I don't want to say a hero, but he wants to get more touches. He wants to score more points. Like, he wants to really show what he can do, pretty much. Draymond feels he's not being used like that at all. You're not even incorporating him into the offense. So this is how Draymond feels. Draymond feels he's not, like, since Durant came on here, Durant is just basically taking up a lot of what he wants to do with that team. He take up a lot of his responsibilities on that court. They said Draymond can't shoot threes the way he used to anymore. They won't give him the ball inside the paint like he wants to. So that's the problem with Draymond. So that's why you see Draymond and Kevin Durant arguing, because Draymond wants a role too. Draymond wants to get hands on the ball, and Durant's not doing it. Because KD's the type of player where, I mean, he'll share the ball, but he has to get his touches too. Like, you got to give Durant the ball as well. Like, Durant's not going to just take you. Durant not going to just take not getting the ball the majority of the time. Okay? This is one thing you got to know about KD. If KD's on your offense, you got to give KD the ball as well. KD is going to have to at least get half those touches. And we all know that Golden State Warrior team was built on the three-point shot anyway. It's built from the guard play of Steph and Clay. They're what make that team what it is. But I know since KD came on there, Draymond's stats have basically took a major hit. I say he doesn't average the same points no more, the same stats, nothing like that at all. Now he's really like the Dennis Rodman. You know, Rodman back in the day when he was on the Bulls, he wasn't there to be scoring points like that at all. Now, even when he was on the Detroit Pistons, all they really used Dennis Rodman for is rebounding, blocks, and to get in somebody's like head mentally, to make somebody frustrated, so knock him off focus. That's what Rodman was used for, and he was good at it. No, Dennis Rodman was not the one that's going to give you 20-some points a game. That was not him at all. The max Rodman would get was maybe like 12, maybe 13, 14, maybe. It just depends. But he was mostly like a 10-point scorer. Everything else, he was good at. He was just good at he had rebounds, blocks, and he had steals. He was also a good free throw shooter too. He was a decent free throw shooter. But Draymond Green is officially the Rodman of the team. They don't really use it for nothing else. Everyone knows the primary option is Steph, then KD, and Clay is, and even Clay. Clay is the third option. Okay, but everybody else is not used like that at all. They're not. And remember, when Steph was injured, the first 2 times when Steph was getting surgery, Draymond and Clay would be the main two scoring the box. They would be the main two keeping that team going. So Draymond knows this already, and this is even before KD came on that team. Because remember, in 2015, Steph was getting surgery, and even in 2016, not even 2015, but 2016, the year they went 7-3-9 when Steph was injured. And it was just Clay and Draymond leading the team. Whereas in Barnes and Bogut and everybody else, Draymond was the second highest scorer on that team next to Klay Thompson. So this is what KD don't understand. Draymond feels he has a lot of juice with that team. Okay, he feels he's a leader himself. But since KD came on there, that's not the case anymore. So that's what Draymond's mad at. Draymond don't like the fact that KD is not giving him the ball like Steph would give him the ball. Okay, so this is what's going on. And now it's resulting in a win percentage. Their win percentage, they just lost 3 in a row because of that. Those two are definitely not getting along at all. Okay. Now, for those that also might not know that KD's contract is up again, he only signed a 1-year deal. Kevin Durant has took 2 massive pay cuts just to be on that team and just to make the sacrifice necessary for him to win a championship. He had to basically sacrifice his money. KD could not sign a contract that he wants to. He couldn't sign the deal LeBron got where he can stay on there for the next 4 years. Okay? Because remember, Steph Curry had to get his money. They had to pay Steph. Steph is a 2-time league MVP. Okay, he's the best scorer on that team. They had to give Steph his $200 million. So by doing that, they have to now save money, manage money for Klay Thompson, whose contract is going to be up next summer. Also, Draymond's contract is going to be winding up too. And if I'm not mistaken, Draymond's contract should be up either next summer in 2019 or the following year in 2020. So the Warriors got to have money, because to me, man, honestly, Draymond, Klay, and Steph they're the ones who started the old movement. They're the core. Those main three are the main reason why the Golden State Warriors are still, you know what I'm saying, playing the way they're playing. Like, KD is just there to give them the edge. Like, Durant is just there to give them an advantage over most teams, because how good Durant can score the ball, how good Durant is defensively, just how dynamic KD is. KD is only there to give Golden State an edge. But Draymond, Steph, and Klay, they were the main three that the Joe Lacob drafted. Those main three is what the Warriors built around. That's who Jerry West told Golden State to basically build their franchise around, was those three. So Draymond alone is important to that team. Because like I said, before Kevin Durant came over there, he was known as the best two-way player in the league, next to Kawhi Leonard and LeBron James. Okay, they was talking about KD, even Carcino for life. Shouts out to him. And that's another thing I'm going to say before I continue. I take back everything negative I said about Carcino for life. I understand I got videos against Carcino about what he said about LeBron James in Cleveland, but now I think about it, everything Carcino said about LeBron James is becoming true. Okay? And this is ever since LeBron decided to go to Lakers, he showed his true colors, okay? Carcino definitely knows what he be talking about. That man does got some common sense. He may not be right on a lot of stuff, because again, some of them videos he does are far-fetched, okay? Some of them could be over-exaggerated, but when it comes to sports and LeBron James, he is on point with a lot of different things, okay? Yeah, I don't agree with comparing him to Kobe Bryant, Jordan, and Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, because you can't compare LeBron to those two. But again, you know, everything the man said was going to happen with LeBron actually did come true. So I'll give Carcino that. The man not necessarily wrong on some of the stuff he's talking about. But anyways, continuing on. So yeah, like even Carcino even said that Draymond Green was the best player on that team the year they won those championships. It wasn't just because of Steph Curry. Even Steph Curry's cause they proven, I give Steph Curry's credit, but Draymond defensively, oh yeah, he's the tank. He's the big, tank, you know what I'm saying? He's the big diesel of that team. You know what I'm saying? That man defensively, vocally keeps that team going. But Durant feels that he has the power to do whatever he wants to do, because Durant feels if it wasn't for me, y'all would never defeated LeBron James a second time in a row. You know what I'm saying? That's how Durant feels. Durant feels if it wasn't for me, y'all would never beaten LeBron James in 2017. That's how Durant feels. Y'all needed me. Okay? So Draymond, how could you talk to me like that? Well, I'm the real reason why you got 3 rings on your finger. So that's how KD feels. KD feels Draymond can't talk to him any kind of way. KD feels, you know what I'm saying, I'm a league MVP. I'm the second best player on this league. You know, because by far. I'm getting ready to pass up LeBron James. Y'all need me. You don't talk to me like that. You don't tell me how to play basketball. That's how Durant feels. So you got 2 guys like that, you know what I'm saying, 2 emotional guys, 2 alpha males like that, you're going to have a lot of problems on your team. So now, this is what gets to the nitty-gritty of it. Now I talk about what's getting ready to happen for the future. So basically, you know, the Warriors, they're going to remain, even though they're struggling now, they're still going to be the best team in the West. They're still going to be the #1 seed. I don't see any team really pass it up like that, because once Steph Curry comes back, if he hasn't already, they're going to go back. They're going to get back to being on track again. Okay. The only reason why they're struggling now is because, again, man, it's a lot of turmoil right now. Like, Steph is not there to referee a lot of these problems right now, because Steph Curry is the reason guy. The man is a minister. He, you know what I'm saying, he's a man of God. Okay, so Steph Curry is able to calm everybody down. Steph Curry knows how to talk to Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to get Draymond Green to reason. More so than Kevin Durant. Yeah, Steph has only played with KD a couple of seasons, but He knows Draymond Green longer because they played together longer. So once Steph gets back on that team and he recovers from his injury, from his time off, the Warriors going to get back to being on track and they'll be winning more games. Okay? So that's the thing right there. So basically, you know, the Warriors, they'll make it to the playoffs, of course. They'll be a first seed. They'll get to the Western Conference Finals, and they'll probably go all the way again like they did the last 2 years. Now, it's still questionable if they're going to beat Boston, a fully healthy Celtics team with Kawhi Leonard and Gordon Hayward, or if they're going to beat a Kawhi Leonard-led Raptors team. But again, if they win a championship this year, let's say they three-peat for the first time in their career, and they top the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, they three-peat. When the summertime comes in 2019, when the season's over around in June and July, this is when Joe Lacob is going to have to make a tough decision. He and the Warriors management are going to have to decide who they're going to keep on that team. Because, like I said earlier in this video, Draymond Green is very valuable to that team. Okay, like I said, him, Steph, and Clay, they're the big three. They're the original big three before KD came over there. Yeah, since KD has came over there, it's now being Steph, Clay, and him and KD. Draymond's not even a big three no more. It's KD. But to me, man, Draymond is real sentimental to that team. To let Draymond Green go, to pay Kevin Durant, but not pay Draymond and allow Draymond Green, because the thing about Golden State, their salary cap is reaching its max. You can't keep paying the penalty. It hurts more to keep paying that penalty, that salary cap penalty, to try to keep players on more so than it is to just let somebody go. No, you don't want to be facing that situation to keep getting penalties every year. Because once you get a penalty for the max, you're not going to be able to get the draft picks you want either. That's another thing that counts against you. You're not going to be able to get the money you want either. So that's the other thing you got to understand too, man. The reason why they got that salary cap is about fairness. It's about balance. That's why David Stern made that an issue with the salary cap. He made the luxury tax so the league can be balanced. So you don't get a team like the Lakers that keep getting all these top name superstars to play on their team, where every other team suffers because of that. Because believe it or not, a lot of these other teams got some money, just like Golden State and the Clippers do and the Warriors do. They got money to where they could get them 2 or 3 free agents as well, or at least one good free agent. So you got to give other teams a chance to try to get them somebody good so they can help their team out and they can be competitive. So the Warriors is not going to be able to keep Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Kevin Durant together like that for the next 2 years. Somebody has to be let go. Somebody got to leave. They got to bounce. All right. So if you Joe Lacob right now, if you Steve Kerr especially, you got to decide who's more valuable to you to keep. Okay. Yeah, you know, with Kevin Durant, with KD, they have a chance to not only 3-peat, but actually 4-peat. With Kevin Durant on their team now, they got a chance to win 4 NBA championships in a row. That would be something that has not been done in years. Okay? Matter of fact, that might be the first in NBA history, the 4-peat. Okay? And Kevin Durant already does a whole lot more things than Draymond because of his height advantage, his abilities. But again, because of Draymond and Durant are basically arguing amongst one another and not getting along, it might give Kevin Durant the reason to leave that team. Because Draymond has already told Kevin Durant, and this has already been recorded on video and even documented, that you can leave. He told Kevin Durant, KD, you can leave. We won without you. We can win. If we won without you, we can win again without you. You can bounce. And seeing that he's a free agent and knowing that Jerry West is out there too, man, it's going to be somebody trying to offer Kevin Durant a whole lot of money. And the Clippers don't get Kevin Durant, you know the Knicks is going to be willing to drop paper. This is why the Knicks didn't want to get Jimmy Butler. They didn't want to trade for Jimmy Butler because they want Durant as well. So if you KD, you don't necessarily even have to stay on the Warriors no more. You basically did what you want to do. You basically became an NBA champion for 2 times in a row. Okay? When KD went to that team, it was all about winning rings. Because he didn't want to be known as the best player in the world like a Charles Barkley at one time, but in Allen Iverson not winning an NBA championship. Same way with Steve Nash. You know, players like Nash, Barkley, and Allen Iverson, they were some of the best players at the time. Just couldn't get to the NBA Finals, or they couldn't win the NBA Finals. Okay, he didn't want to go down like that, so he joined the Golden State Warriors, which helped him out. Okay, that worked. But Kevin Durant really don't need to be on that team no more. He really doesn't. KD can go to any team right now and help them get to the finals. Actually, he's that good of a player. Okay? Yeah, I was upset at the fact he went to Goldenstate because how OKC had him down 3-1, but it is what it is. He has the decision to go wherever he wants to go, but truth be told, I believe Kevin Durant is out of it. He's not going to stay there no more. He's just not. Because KD knows that the Warriors are basically Draymond, Steph, and Clay anyway before he came. He was just there to help them get a ring. KD already knows that's Draymond's team anyway. Draymond is sentimental. The fans are not going to allow Draymond to leave anyway. I believe the fans will allow KD to leave before Draymond leaves. Because perfect example, when Monte Ellis got traded, there are fans who were pissed off at that. Them fans love Monte Ellis to death. Monte Ellis was literally their favorite guard next to Baron Davis. Because Baron and Monte Ellis had a very underrated backcourt. Okay? That team defeated the defending Western Conference Championship team, Dallas Mavericks, in 2008. Okay? Yeah, 2007, 2008, they defeated the Mavericks. So Monte Ellis was very sentimental. So once they decided to trade Monte Ellis for Andrew Bogut, and Mark Jackson told Joe Lake, I want to go with Klay Thompson, that hurt a lot of the Golden State Warriors fans. So imagine if they let go Draymond Green. They don't decide to pay Draymond Green. He has to leave next season or the season after. A lot of fans are going to be pissed off at it all. They're not going to be liking that at all. You're going to see a lot of videos. You're going to see a lot of people basically discussing their disdain for that. Discussing their basically, there's going to be a lot of fans basically upset with that. So, to me, man, if I'm Kevin Durant, I'm leaving that team. I'm not going to stay there no more. That's it. I'll stay here for one more season. I'm going to help them win this third championship, and then I'm bouncing. Honestly, man, KD doesn't really need the Warriors. He really doesn't. You could put Kevin Durant on the Portland Trailblazers. The Trailblazers with Damian Lillard and McCollum with KD, they'll go to the finals. You could put Kevin Durant on the Washington Wizards. Matter of fact, if KD would have went to the Wizards instead of Warriors, the Wizards right now would have a ring. John Wall would be a champion. We wouldn't be talking about the Warriors, the Wizards right now the way we are talking about now. If the Wizards had KD, the Wizards would not be struggling like they is. Okay, the Dwight Howard, John Wall, Austin Rivers, and Bradley Beal with KD, they would literally be number one in the East. They'll be the team everybody, wants to defeat and beat. They'll be the most talked about team right now. If KD would have decided to go to Washington instead of Golden State Warriors. All right? You can even put KD on the Clippers. If the Clippers had the Kevin Durant, no doubt in my mind, they'll be literally winning a championship. They'll be on their way to the finals. That's how good Kevin Durant is, and that's how special he is. And the only real reason why things didn't work out with OKC is because of Russell Westbrook ball hawks a majority of the time. The problem is Westbrook is just as ball dominant as KD. Russell Westbrook don't gel well that much when you got another top tier superstar like that. So Russell Westbrook is something like a Kobe Bryant and LeBron. He needs to be the main focal point. You see, he didn't get along with him and Paul George and Carmelo together last year. You see how that goes. Okay? So the problem wasn't really too much Durant. Now I think about it, it was Westbrook. The reason why they lost that series. But again, I mean, that's water on the bridge. But again, KD, say he's no doubt in my mind, he's like one of the most special players in this league. He's a top tier player. So I believe that KD is going to be leaving in next summer because they're gonna re-sign Klay Thompson, like I told y'all in other videos. Klay Thompson, they're not gonna let go. Klay Thompson's there to stay. Joe Lacob's goal is to basically retire Klay along with Steph Curry. They're gonna keep Steph and Klay together. Steph and Klay are literally the best backcourt in NBA history. There hasn't been a single backcourt who averaged more points, who actually put up the stats and numbers the Splash Brothers have. So Klay is already non-negotiable. They're gonna re-sign Klay. And they're going to give Klay a max contract. But after they give Klay Thompson a max contract, they're only going to have room to keep one more other player. Because Iguodala's going to be going too. They're not going to keep Iguodala there for too much longer. So don't be surprised if you see Iggy and Livingston leave too. Because those two guys are getting older. They're older veterans. They're not going to be around the next 5-6 years. I think for Iguodala, this is it for him. Because his body is already starting to break down more and more. Iggy keeps getting injured like every 2 years. Every year now, he's getting worse and worse injuries. And don't get me wrong now, Iguodala has had a wonderful career. He's had a great career, but his time is winding up too. And Golden State is going to need at least, Golden State is going to come down to the point where they got to eventually rebuild. Okay, so this championship run they're having is going to come to an end pretty soon, sooner than later. I say they maybe on this team, this Golden State Warriors team maybe has maybe like about 2-3 more years before they finally have that run has finally going to come to a close and have to start over again. And this is as far as championship runs, them being in the finals. This Warrior team has been in the finals the last 5 years in a row. Well, let's say the last 4 years, but still, it's going to come to a close. Because like I said, Durant is going to be going, Iggy is going to be retiring pretty soon, as well as Livingston, because already David Weston retired. He was already up in age as was. They let JaVale McGee go, which I would have never did. Zaza Pachulia is also gone. I think Omer Caspi, he's gone. If I'm not mistaken, he's no longer there anymore. I mean, a lot of their veterans have left. Swaggy P retired. And since then, they already released Barboza and Spates and Azealia. They all gone. So Golden State, if you notice, over the last 2 seasons, they already been losing a lot of guys who helped Steph, Clay, and Draymond win championships. KD is basically next. He's definitely not going to stay on that team no more. And KD is not the type of player that's going to keep putting up with another man's BS a whole season. He already went through that with Westbrook already. With Westbrook and Scott Brooks on the Oklahoma City Thunder all that time. And those guys didn't get back to the finals since they lost to Miami the first time. So KD is really not going to be putting up with nobody telling him what he should do or what he can't do at all. So I believe KD is going to be gone. They're going to let him walk. They're not going to re-sign Kevin Durant anymore. And Kevin Durant is not going to keep taking pay cut. That's another thing too, man. Durant wants all of his money. You know, so thanks to him having to take 2 pay cuts, he's not even getting paid just as much money as LeBron is getting paid. That man has actually lost a lot of money. Durant has probably lost at least about $5,000, at least $5 million. That man has probably lost at least about, I say, maybe $25 million over the last 2 years because of them pay cuts he took. Or else Kevin Durant would be getting the max deal of over $125 million, maybe $200, like Steph did. But no, like Kevin Durant is tired of taking pay cuts, man. He really is. He's not going to take another pay cut to be on a team, especially on a team where he and another player is not getting along at all, where Draymond had told him to leave. So for those that's wondering when the Golden State Warriors, when their dynasty and when their streak is going to run out, it's going to run out maybe sooner than later. Especially if they lose this year. If they lose in the playoffs this year, let's say a team like the Spurs, OKC, the Clippers, or even the Utah Jazz somehow beat Golden State and they get to the finals instead of Golden State, that team's going to be basically broken up. Like Durant's going to go, he's going to bounce. That's going to be it. So basically they're going to read, this is what's going to happen, right? When 2019 comes around, they're going to basically re-sign Clay. They're going to give Clay the max. I think they're going to give him, I think, a 4-year deal, 3 or 4 years. I think Clay should be expected to make at least over 40-something million. Maybe a little less than that, but he's definitely going to be making a lot of money. Or maybe more than that. It's going to be over 40 million. It's going to be over 40-something million. Draymond, and even then, by signing, when you re-say Klay Thompson, you got to also try to readjust the roster because, to me, man, Livingston, like I said, I told you, Livingston and Iguodala, they're not going to be around for too much longer either. Those guys are getting ready to retire. I think Iguodala, this just might be it for him, too. He's definitely getting ready to leave that team. He's not going to be staying for too much longer. Especially in his condition. I think Iggy is like 33, 34 years old as well. You know, Iggy is starting to get older. His body's starting to break down, like I told you. He's not going to be around for too much longer. Livingston. I don't see Sean Livingston around that much either because Livingston is not even becoming too much of a factor anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, he can still get down, but he's another older guy, older veteran. Livingston been playing this league over 12 years. So he's another guy he pretty much might be retiring too. His time is pretty much winding up. He's phasing out of here. So Golden State is going to have to basically find some going to have to start drafting some more players like Chris Cook, guys who could basically keep the momentum going, because the Golden State Warriors are basically built off you. Okay, Draymond, Steph, and Clay alone are under 20 or under 30 years old, and KD is only like 29. So if KD leaves, they got to find some replacements. So by re-signing Klay Thompson, I think Draymond Green's contract should be up. I think in 2020, they'll have to re-sign Draymond too and give him a max. So again, they're not going to have money Kevin Durant over there. Or if they do re-sign Kevin Durant just because, that means they got to let go Klay Thompson. That's the other problem too. You got to make a tough decision. That's just how it goes when you basically are on a championship team like the Warriors. You got to make decisions that you normally wouldn't make, that are hard to make, but you got to let certain players go just so you can keep the engine running. But I think Kevin Durant's going. He's out of there next summer, so that's just how it's going to go. But as long as they got Steph, Clay, and Draymond, they'll be good. And like I said, when Durant, Livingston, and Iggy leave, they'll still be straight because they got the big three. And also they got Kyle Looney, who they developed, who's going to be their Clint Capella of that team. So again, folks, that's the video, but that's just what I feel is get ready to happen in Golden State. Like, subscribe, comment, stay blessed, stay tuned. I'll see you soon.